Hi, welcome to Todd's Tips. I'm Todd Barsness, a full-time voiceover talent, and Todd's Tips is a feature of VO Marketing Pro. Now, if you'd like more information about VO Marketing Pro or anything else related to voiceover, just visit our Facebook page, website, or contact us via email. The links are located here. We're doing do's and don'ts, and Damon will place the caveats here. So we can be clear about the fact that what I do in my voiceover business and what you do in your voiceover business is really none of my business. However, I think that there are certain principles and certain things that you can hear other voiceover talent talk about and then apply to your particular situation. Maybe some of them don't apply at all, like my age, the years I've been in voiceover, maybe some other things that you can see right there.
How you make your money. Stuff like that.
But there's enough crossover in business in general or being a business owner that I think you can gain from some insights. And if you work hard enough at it, I think you can figure out some things that you can apply by the things that I talk about. So I don't get paid to be a voiceover coach. I choose not to. I've chosen not to. I also don't get paid for anything related to voiceover coaching, such as demo production, just as one example. Nor do I get any funds from VO Marketing Pro,
Correct.
our direct email marketing company
Family
that
business.
works for, that you six boys own. And I just really enjoy helping because you're my kids and because it's one way that I can be around other voiceover talent like you, if you're a voiceover talent. And
You're kind of an unpaid consultant.
yeah, and I like that. I like being able to do that, and I like being able to do things for our VO Marketing Pro voice roster members and also the people that we send out for, and of course, you and your brothers. But all of my numbers that I share each and every week are just strictly voiceover numbers. There's nothing else. I don't make any other money doing anything else. Now, why don't I coach? Or why have I chosen, at least up to this moment in time, not to coach? Well, I've done that for two basic reasons, and hop in anytime you want because we've talked about this many, many times over the last months and years. First, honestly, and I don't mean to sound negative, but and maybe this is a Todd's tough
we haven't had one of those
segment right now. So if you're a voiceover talent or a voiceover coach, you might want to turn this off because I don't want to step on your toes unneedingly. But first, a pet peeve of mine, and I mean it, it's a pet peeve. It kind of greatly annoys me. It grates on me.
It should.
That in general, with voiceover, the voiceover industry, and in particular, well, in general, I should say, in industries and on the internet in general, but in particular, the VO industry, there seems to be an overabundance of voiceover coaches and gurus, especially those who start to offer their services in the first year, 2, 3 years of being a voiceover talent. That to me just seems to be
premature.
You would have to be really, really special. And maybe you are if you've done that. Maybe you are very, very special as far as just a gifted teacher. You've just taken things in, soaked them up, and you're just ready to, be an expert in voiceover. But in all actuality, most can't prove or don't want to talk about the actual money that they've made in voiceover. Second, and very closely related to that fact, are three things. First, I'm almost too busy in my own voiceover business to do any coaching. Sure, I could fit coaching in, but the second reason is I want all my time and energy to go to my VO business, at least at this point. I can make a lot more money doing VO than doing coaching at this point. And so I just want to continue to have that part of my life and my only income stream continue to be solid and grow. And I don't want anything infringing on that in a paid situation. And third, I wanted to make sure that I was seasoned and successful in my VO career before hanging out my VO coach shingle. So at this moment, I don't get paid, and I've talked privately to you boys and to my wife about the fact that maybe I'm getting closer to offering paid voiceover coaching services in the areas that I think that I can help people. And I have those in my mind. There are certain areas I can't help you. Like, for instance, I'm not going to give you any information about tech other than you better talk to a tech expert. Or social media. I am not a social media expert at all. I'm a novice. And I kind of am fine with that. I'm just not good at it. I don't want to take the time to invest in it. You guys help me out. Well, yeah, it does. Some people use social media, or at least they claim to use social media as a way to really build their business. And far be it from me, if that's doing that, if that's doing that for you. In other words, if being on social media, Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, all of these different social media places, if that's actually building your business, have at it.
Yeah.
Good on you. It doesn't have to be done my way, like direct email marketing and using some online platforms. That does not have to be the only way to make money. Trust me. But if you're spending time and it's eating up time and you're not getting the ROI, and it's just kind of meeting a need that's not getting you where you need to go in being a successful and profitable voiceover talent, then what you kind of have is you have a social media presence or maybe a hobby, which is fine.
Yeah.
It's fine if you do. For me, I want to be a full-time voiceover talent, and I want to have a profitable business. And so that's how I've gone about things. And again, you don't have to do it exactly like I do it, but just have that. If your goal is to be profitable, then just make sure that all the activity of being on Facebook and all these different things, if they aren't getting you to where you need to go, then you need to reevaluate that. If they're helping, or you're in that position where you are a VO coach and that's helping other people, fine.
Yeah.
I'm not being critical of that at all, because there are a lot of good coaches that use social media and that's what's available. So good on them. And you don't have to wait. Again, you do you. You don't have to wait till you're in your 13th year like I have. It's just something that I've decided. And I didn't plan on not coaching. Maybe, I guess.
But you had that in your mind that you didn't want.
I didn't want to be.
You didn't want to be that guy.
Yeah.
Because it does. It drives. I watch you. You're my coach, and I don't see you worrying about some of these things. Maybe it would help here and there, but you've shown that you can do it without that. And to me, that's something worthy of. We've said, Dad, you should coach, because 13 years. I think you said, and I won't get into too many details, but there's been 7 years out of your 13 that you've made six figures, or maybe was it $200,000?
Well,
7 years.
in 19, that shows my age. In 2016 was the first year I was over six figures, and then every year after that, for 3 years running, it was over 200,000, and now the last 2 years, it's been, or 2 years prior to this, it's been over 300,000. And just yesterday, I got to the $200,000 mark for 2022. So I'll at least get that, if I drop over dead or have a stroke or,
lose your voice somehow.
Yeah, if something happens, I'll at least have gotten to that for 2017, 2018, 2019, 2020, 2021,
2022.
6 years I've made multiple six figures in the last two, 300,000. And unless the economy just goes bust, or like I said, I have physical problems, I would think this year I would be close to that amount again.
But once again, to point that out, that's just voiceover.
Correct.
That's not coaching. That's not demo production. That's not social media expertise. That is just voiceover. And I don't know how many coaches can say that they make $300,000+ in just voiceover. To me, that's impressive, and that's something to follow. If you were to do coaching at some time, you probably will do coaching at some time.
Yeah.
But it's pretty obvious that you're kind of in a league of your own right now of being able to produce that much. There's people out there coaching that frankly don't make even $100,000. And that's not a shot at them. It's just be careful who you're listening to. Because
I think that's the point that I've always tried to make when I bring this subject up is it's not like anybody. I mean, honestly, Hudson, you could easily go in front of the camera and you could talk about what you've learned and what you're learning. And in a sense, you would be an expert because you have experienced that and you've become successful at it. But
marginally.
Well, yeah, but you just have to be careful because 1 year at $100,000, that's great. Most people don't. I think
that just 1 year doesn't make you.
Right.
It's being able to put that together for year after year after year. And that's what you're showing. And you're not even getting paid to coach. And that's quite to me, that's quite the statement. You know, obviously you're my dad, but
you're biased, of course.
But yeah, it's just, it's nice to watch that personally. And it's like, that's what I want to do. Maybe I won't be able to get to that point. Maybe for some reason I won't, but it's something I'm going after. And I'm not, like I said, I'm not trying to coach you, telling you that you should be careful. I just have to be. And I'm very fortunate to be in this situation, to have you as my coach, because you're honest about it. And so anyway, and
that's one of the reasons I try to be transparent with my numbers is because I don't get paid to be a VO coach, but someday I might. And so I want people to know this is how I've built my business. This is exactly how much I make. This is where I make my money. This is what I'm good at. That's why back a few months ago, I did the on a scale of 10 to 1, you can go back and look at those on YouTube, of being an expert and a know-nothing or a novice. And there are some areas of the voiceover industry or related industries that I'm just not strong in. And so I have to have help. And everybody does. And so when you have a voiceover coach that either won't share their numbers or claims to be an expert in almost everything, I would be very careful with a person like that. Thanks a lot for joining me for Todd's Tips. And if you'd like more information about VO Marketing Pro or anything else related to VO, the links are listed here.